Please welcome Ron G to the next level. How you doing, man?
What's up, bro? How you doing,
Good
man?
to see you, man.
Man, my life is incredible right now.
Paper, I keep my money flipping. Paper, I keep my money flipping.
Yeah.
Paper, I keep my money flipping. Paper, I keep my money flipping.
Yeah.
So what's going on? I'm always turning up. You got my gold one. You gotta throw it up.
DJ Hustle. DJ Hustle. DJ Hustle. DJ Hustle.
Hustle in the house, man. Hustle TV. I got a special guest, Emmy award-winning, funny man, actor, writer, producer, Ron G. Taking over Hollywood, baby. Let's go. What's up, Ron?
What's up, bro? How you doing, man?
Man, it's a blessing to be above ground, man, and not needing no shot, nothing right now.
Happy New Year to you, and yeah, I'm glad you COVID-free as well, bro.
Yeah, man.
Isn't it bad that you would rather tell somebody you got the flu than tell them you got COVID?
You got COVID. You can't talk to nobody no more. You like, you got COVID?
Bro, you will get slapped for clearing your throat.
Hey, I was in Target. No, I was in Costco. Somebody, I left my basket right there. I'm like, no.
Yeah.
No. So what are you doing right now
bro?
COVID, man?
Honestly, man, just staying creative, bro. I had the last probably 3 months of the year got real dope because I feel like the thing I was lacking, because especially during quarantine, I feel like this is the time where everything you said you didn't have time to do, now you got time to do. And for me, I believe I didn't always have time to do social media because I've been busy and auditioning and stuff, but I started doing social media, bro, and I feel like my life changed, bro. I shot a movie called Will You Be My Quarantine? I shot a TV show. I shot 2 pilots. I hosted an event called Afro Tech, which is the largest Black tech event in the nation. Wow. And I was a co-host on a late night talk show. Like I did a lot of cool stuff, bro.
Okay.
And I got my blue check, bro. I was pretty happy about that.
Oh, you
got my
verified now?
Oh, yeah.
So you actually verified. That's why you got a blue cup now.
I got a blue check. Blue check, blue cup.
Yeah, blue. First you had a red cup sipping on whatever you sipping on. Now you switched it to a blue cup. Okay.
This is a protein shake, and this is some soda.
Right. Yeah. So let people know about what it means to be a comedian.
Which part of it?
The beginning of being a comedian. Let people know that it's not an easy task. It's not.
I think being a comedian, man, is probably like the dumbest best decision ever made because it doesn't make any sense to anybody. Telling somebody that you're walking in front of a bunch of strangers that you don't know, right, and give them your thoughts, and hopefully they laugh at you, with a chance they might not, and you'll find out on the job whether you're funny or not for the rest of your career, and you don't know when your next check coming, you don't know when your next gig is coming. It's a crazy career, but I honestly love it. Like it's taking me all over the world. It's allowed me to meet my wife. It bought me a house. Like I've been all over the world twice. It just all the dreams my mom had in her head, I'm allowing her all her dreams come true because I said yes to my dream. And at first, when I first started doing it,
man, I mean,
she didn't necessarily get it. She didn't get it because I went to my first time on stage. They booed me, and the boo was okay, but they told me to kill myself. And I told my mom like a day after. She was like, "Will they pay you to get booed?" And I was like, "Nah." She was like, "Why you do it?" And I was like, "Well, I like it." And she was like, "Well, as long as you pay your student loan, I don't care." And she didn't get it because I didn't grow up in a family of dreamers. But when she saw me on TV for the first time, she was like, "You're really good at what you do." And I'm like, "Yeah, man. But thank you for rocking with me."
But look, man, I remember when I first seen you at an audition, and I walked in the audition with you.
So funny.
You gonna laugh at this. We both walked in, and the white guy was like, "I like your look." And you were like, and I was like, "Damn." Once that happens, you just gotta go with the flow. You gotta just. So now you would actually you had to be the lead because dude's already digging you. And it was cool. So I was like, you know what? It's 2 things can happen out of this right now. You follow the dude's lead, you book it. You follow the dude lead, and you don't, and you have a friend after the audition.
Mm-hmm.
So you booked the audition, you booked the commercial, and
Do you remember what it was?
It was a Pizza Hut commercial.
Pizza Hut.
We did it. It was in Santa Monica, and we were upstairs.
I know what you're talking about. It's like 3rd Street.
Yeah, over there somewhere. And we went up together. We got in. But I seen you. I was already seeing you before that. Doing the stand up. So I said, "Oh, okay, Ron G." He's like, "Hey, what's up, man?" We didn't know each other. But we like, "Hey, what's up, whatever."
Yeah.
So when you got it, when I saw it on TV, I was like, "Yes." I was so happy for you because I understand the struggle of that. And a lot of us actors don't applaud brothers who we go in the room with. And then, some of them, I've been around a lot of actors who, "Oh, he got it." Oh, no. I'm like, nah, I'm proud for somebody who got in there. And I don't believe in luck, so I believe in God. So I believe that God was on you that day. He pushed you out there and you did your thing. And I'm proud of you. I want to say I'm proud of you now. Because when we say each other, we joke around a lot. We hey, whatever. But I'm proud of you because you stayed and you persevered. And talking about your mom earlier, I remember when your mom came out here.
Oh, wow, bro. You remember that?
Dude, it was 10 years, maybe 12. This is way before you was even thinking about marriage. So when you at the Laugh Factory, I was in the audience with some of my people. We was taking pictures, filming, whatever. You like, my mom's upstairs. I'm like,
bro, your memory's incredible, bro. That's so cool.
Bro, it was like she was proud. Man, you can see her glowing. She didn't say much. She's like, "That's my baby. Kill him." You was like,
so
you just went in. And you had the room in your hand, bro. So to me, we got to celebrate that. That's to me, I want to give you your flowers before you pass. I want to give you your accolades now because.
Wait, you know something I don't know?
No, stop that.
Okay, all right.
You're live, you're standing live.
I'm just playing. No, I thoroughly appreciate that. And it's cool too, because I've had a chance to watch you blossom and grow too, man, because you always had, I call it the dog. Everybody don't have that dog. It's like that thing that you have where you know somebody's gonna make it and they got that hustle like no matter what, which is your name. But watching you transcend auditions, social media, and like even you be stunting so hard on Facebook and Instagram, it's ridiculous. Like all the people you like, the way you be flexing on people on social media with the people that you know and connected with, bro, like it's ridiculous. It's disgusting. It is disgusting, the people you're taking pictures with. But that's a part of the game. And the more you do this game, man, the smaller the city get. You know what I'm saying? So people that you're a fan of become a fan of you just because of what you do. Bro, I was out one time and I seen Dwayne Martin. Dwayne Martin was like, "Yo, you performing tonight?" And I was like, yeah. He was like, "Oh man, good. I can't wait to see you." I'm like, "You know who I am?" And he was like, "Yeah, man." He said, "You next, young man." I was like, "Wait, what? Like, you know who I am?" But just doing what you do, man, you don't know the amount of people that become a fan of you as well. So it's a blessing, bro. So salute to you as well, bro.
Oh man, it's all good on the gas, man. Tell people about being somebody who warms up for a TV show, because I've seen you when I first saw you at the start of your career here in LA. I know you started up in Atlanta and you're from South Carolina. I get that part. But when you hit here and you started doing TV shows, what is it about the TV show, the warm up the crowd before the actual show starts? How do you feel about doing that, and how did you get to that level to do that?
It's so funny doing warm up because I feel like you get access without being the actual person, and it's humble because even when you do warm up, you're responsible for this crowd of all your celebrity fans, like all the celebrities. But they don't know who you are. You know what I'm saying? They don't care about who you are. They don't know who you are. They want to see the host, and then it's humbling when you know you're funnier than the host at times, but you ain't the guy yet. Like, you're not the guy. You got to humble yourself. And so for me, I took that as an opportunity to learn and grow because I'm watching the people, because I've hosted so many shows. Like, I've done warm up for so many shows. Yeah. I've watched the host maneuver through the crowd and, read cue cards and go off book and whatever. Yeah. And I would learn how to serve. And I feel like in order to be a good student, you got to learn how to serve, which when my time come, kind of piggybacking on, and I had this revelation of that. I was like, God groomed me to be a great host, man. Because hosting Laugh Factory for 6 years, doing warm up, you are put in the fire where if anything fall apart, you're the face of it. When I'm doing these TV shows and they like, "We got a camera down, can you do another 10 minutes?" I'm like, "You only told me to do 5. It doesn't matter. Doesn't matter."
Yeah.
Bro, I did the NAACP Image Awards, and it's a room full of everybody I love. I'm talking about Angela Bassett, Cicely Tyson, Morgan Freeman, Oprah, like everybody's in the room, and they're like, get everybody to sit down, okay? Tell them no chewing gum and no cameras. Commercial break come, everybody stand up and start taking pictures. Imagine me telling Oprah to sit down. Imagine me telling Lou Gossett to please sit down because the camera's, you know what I'm saying? And I'm watching all these people ignore me, and I'm like, okay, learning lesson. Next time I'll be ready. But just being a student of this game, man, like you know and I know, bro. Like I know you've been a DJ, but also you do so much other stuff, but you got to be a student of the game. As a comedian a long time ago, being funny was just enough. Being a stand-up and doing a late night set would change your life. Now, bro, you got to be great at social media. You got to be a marketing guru. You got, which you're great at. You got to learn how to, I shoot Instagram videos. You got to write, direct. You got to learn how to edit. You got to learn how to do voiceovers. You got to learn how to do commercials. You got to learn acting. Like I get a check from from something I've done every day because stand-up ain't enough. You know what I'm saying? And stand-up is the thing that got me in the rooms, but perfecting and grooming those other skills, those soft skills help you become this thing that you are in Hollywood. And that's the cool part about, as much as I want to be upset, because I had to humble myself, man. I feel like, and you can probably speak on this too, you watch a lot of your coworkers take off. You watch a lot of people who have no talent, but a lot of followers take off. You watch people with no talent and no followers take off, and you get bitter. It's a little thing that comes along with it. You like, God, do you see me? Like, God, I'm doing all the, do you see me? And God checked me one time. He was like, nah, you celebrate everybody. If they're your people, you celebrate them, because when you take off, you need somebody to celebrate you too. You know what I'm saying? So I had to take all that out of my heart and be like, no, I'm gonna celebrate everybody. And when my time comes, mine gonna be sweet, you know, and just enjoy my journey, because I've sown enough seeds where literally this year, everything I booked was incoming inbound calls. That's like somebody called me, yo, I seen you on this, or I seen you on social media, you were great. Or I seen, you know what I'm saying? Like we've sown, you and I have sown enough seeds where a lot of my work is inbound calls and relationships, you know, but I had to humble myself and get through that thing, because what I didn't want to be was a bitter comic. It's a whole generation of older, bitter comics and entertainers mad at the previous generation. And it's their fault. They didn't get involved in social media. Social media is the way, bro. If you're an entertainer and you ain't doing social media daily, whether it be a podcast, posting, you know, a vlog, something, YouTube, like you are literally killing your own career. You are sucking the life out your own career by your stubbornness, thinking talent is enough. Talent ain't enough, man. It's hustle too.
You gotta have, I mean, not to say hustle, but you have to have more hustle. You gotta out hustle, and you gotta be humble, and you gotta out hustle the hustler who hustle like you hustle. It's someone like us somewhere else in the country who are just as gifted as we are, but they don't have what we have, which is California. Think about that. Being humble is just the beginning. Seeing people that you audition with and loving them when you see them and embracing them. I'm not saying hug them. I'm just saying, I mean, I saw your last job. Like, you know, I'm sure you see other actors and comedians do jobs too. And you're like, man, I saw you, man. Good job.
Oh, absolutely.
That right there.
Absolutely. Get your money, bro.
Yeah. And it's crazy, because once you start making those waves and you start making bigger steps and stuff, people will call you. They'll tell, hey man, I see you commercial. Hey, I see you in this. Hey, I see you in that. Like the other day on Facebook, I saw you in the booth. I'm like, wait a minute, you doing? You R&B? You R&B thug now? You like call me? I'm gonna holler at you. And then next thing you know, 4 days later, I see you in the commercial. I'm like, okay, I get it. And you go there, dude. Oh, there you go.
But listen, let me give you the backstory on that. So when I said I wanted to start doing more on social media, I started doing this thing called What's Going On. If you follow me on Instagram, I do something called What's Going On. I post like 2-3 times a day. But what happened was, I was like, you know, my hair is kind of crazy. I'm like, I ain't worried about doing my hair. Let me keep my do-rag on and find a way to do a video every day without worrying about what my hair looked like. So I put the do-rag on and I slid into the screen. People are like, yo, that's hilarious. I love to slide. And I was like, let me put my house coat on. My wife bought me this really nice house coat for Christmas. I was like, let me put the house coat on. Slid into the screen with the house coat on. And then I feel like everybody was doing the side-by-side videos. Like every comedian, entertainer, everybody on social media doing the side-by-side. Something happens on the video, you comment on it. That's cool. For me, I wanted to try something different. I was like, let me break that third wall and see what happens. Bro, I forgot what the video was. Oh, I think it was like a stripper. And she was spinning around, and I walked in the video, and I was dodging her like she was trying to swing and hit me. and people started screaming, and I realized I was on to something. Then I had OG cats, like my homies that do really well on social media, hit me up like, bro, this your thing right here. This your thing. You know what I'm saying? And I just stuck with it. And literally, bro, when I did the Pandora commercial, the audition was you walk into the screen dancing. Then one of your family members, who's Carol, she owes you money, but she's supposed to have her Christmas lights on. You like, let me see your Christmas lights, Carol. Her Christmas lights don't work. And it was like, slide off the screen, turn your Christmas lights on, and come back. I was like, all right. I literally did what I do in my videos. I slid into the screen. I started dancing. I was like, hey, Carol, what's up? How you doing with my money at? I ain't got your money. All right, well, let me see your Christmas lights. They don't work? All right, let me show you mine. Slid off screen, did like this. Came back on, turned my Christmas lights on, booked the commercial. I get on set. I'm like, where's my script? They was like, we'll get it to you. I said, no, I need a script because I want to be prepared. I'm already here. Let me get a script. They was like, don't worry about it. Director was like, I love what you did. Keep doing what you did in the audition. If you do anything I don't like, I'll just let you know. But I love what you did. Bro,
you are a true professional.
I literally wrote that whole commercial. Like, there was this kind of sort of loose script, bro. Like, they just let me go. And as a comedian, if you let me go, I'm gonna do my thing. Also, too, since you kind of gave me the pass on talking about God, man, the other part of this game too is working in God's favor. Yes, you know, part of it is hustle. Part of it is doing all you can. Excuse me. But there will be a point where that's not enough. Yeah. And God will give you things that your hustle can't do. And the thing that we don't work on as entertainers, and particularly people, is we'll chase the dream, but we don't chase the things that help you sustain it when you get there, which is the most important part. Like, we all chase, I'm gonna get money, I'm gonna get a job, I'm gonna get a career, I'm getting chicks, all this other stuff. Yep. But the part that really helps you sustain it is being close to God. And that favor that comes along with that, well, you got to take your hand off the wheel, which is scary. I recently had a moment. I'm like, God, look, I'm tired of having just enough. I want more. I want surplus. I want more than just getting by. You know what I'm saying? I have a wife. Sure. I have a dog. I want a yard. You know what I'm saying? I own a home now. I'm in a condo, but I want a yard. I want my dog to be able to run around in the yard, and I ain't got to walk down 3 flights of steps so she don't pee in the elevator. Like, I want to be able to, you know, have room to stretch out. I want to have some babies. I want them to be able to run around the house and make all the noise without my neighbor, you know, getting mad because I'm stomping. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want more. And I recently had a moment. I'm like, God, like, whatever you need, I'm gonna give it to you, man, because this ain't it. And it's not even bad. I'm blessed. I'm grateful for everything. But that's the challenge of being human. Like, we always want more, but the trick is being content with what you have, with your career, with the woman you chose, with the man you chose, like with the car you had. Like, you have to be content, because if you don't, you're gonna be ungrateful. And I'm grateful for everything, but I want more. And some of that comes along with favor. When God's favor start moving, and that window, because I feel like I'm one thing away from my life changing. I'm one connection,
you're
one
there,
thing away.
Man. I think at this point in the game, it's like you're there. You're where comedians want to be at, because everybody know who you are. Everybody, whether they're Asian, Black, or white, Hispanic, they know who you are. And you keep doing what you're doing, God's going to just boom. Now go. Here's your blessing. Go get it. Now, I'm gonna ask you something about being a comedian. When I did my open mic at the Comedy Store in Hollywood, I was cool. I was in there talking trash. I was doing my thing. I had 3 minutes. I was cool for a minute and 25. Yeah.
Were you at the belly room? Where were you at? Were you at the belly room or the original room?
The original room.
Yeah.
The room was packed. I was like, ooh, this is it.
That's a tough room, man.
Doc, you cuss too much. You're not Richard Pryor. You're not Eddie Murphy. You're not none of them dudes. Hustle. You cuss too much. I'm like, you know what? You're right. I said, I might cuss at home or whatever, but being a person who want to cuss all the time, I feel like I don't want to be that person. I don't want to be that person. And I noticed that when you do your comedy, you don't cuss. And that's a God-given gift. Why'd you choose not to cuss?
It's funny, man. The easy answer is when I was cursing, I got booed. But I got saved right around the time I got funny. And this older comedian named Jerry Farber, shout out to the OG in Atlanta. Mm-hmm. He was like, that little squeezy noise is my dog. He told me, because I came up under a bunch of comic view comedians, and I thought that was the standard, you know, and no judgment to anybody who cursed, whatever, but that's what I thought was normal, you know? And he was like, you're a good looking guy, man. Why you curse so much? I'm like, I don't know. And he was like, you don't have to curse to be funny. And I was like, okay. And so the same place I mentioned where I went to Uptown Comedy Club and they booed me and told me to kill myself.
Yeah.
I went back because it was Apollo night. Apollo night, bunch of dope dealers and strippers, and they came there to boo.
Yeah.
I went back kind of sort of right after I got saved, and I did 5 minutes and didn't get booed. And it was little girl. And I didn't get booed.
That's dope. But the
I
dog
didn't
is
get
on you right
booed.
now, though. Boop, boop, boop.
I know, right? And then so I feel like God was like, all right, so you performed, you didn't curse,
Yeah.
and you did well, but you curse off stage and you judgmental. You hard on church people because you grew up in the church. You real hard on church people. But if a pastor did that, you would judge them. What make you any different?
Right.
And God made me sit in it. And I was like, you know what? Touche. And so I stopped cursing in my personal life. And for me, that became my thing. And I realized like, man, like that's my lane. And as much as I want to, at first, when I first started doing it, it didn't feel like it wasn't a popular thing. It felt lonely to do it.
Yeah.
Little girl.
She good, Ron. Don't worry about it.
All right. I don't want to mess about you.
No, you good, man. This you start, man. We can talk about it all day.
I didn't want it to like it just didn't feel cool to be the clean comedian. It didn't feel cool because nobody else was doing it. You know what I'm saying? But what made it make sense was later on, years later, I wound up booking a gig for Nickelodeon, and I was a dad on a TV show. And you know when you're in an audition and they start asking you personal questions, you're like, wait, y'all like me? Like I never got this far before. They was like, yo, we noticed that you were a clean comedian and we really like you. And we did a little research on you, found out that you're clean and you're perfect for this gig. And bro, like it warmed my heart so much. Like, okay, God was like winking at me like, this is why I have you on this path. Like there's no room you can't do. There's no job you can't take. Exactly. And this is why I have you on this path. And at first it didn't feel good, but now it's like, okay, God, I appreciate what you're doing. So yeah, man. I was going to ask you this too, man, because how long you been in LA? You're an LA boy, right?
Born and raised, yeah.
So how do you stay out here and not get bitter, man? Because like being raised out here is different from moving out here. Moving out here, like I didn't have no plan B. And I noticed especially a lot of the local cats, I feel like not you, but a lot of them get comfortable because you're around it. You going to school with these celebrities, like the kids of the celebrities we grew up loving. Like you go to school with, you know, kids that people that like Denzel's son, you would go to school with him. Like, how did you like stay in the mix, stay motivated and not be bitter or get lazy? Like what made you different? Because I don't see that too often. Like your drive and hustle that you have, I don't see that often in the city.
I grew up around people who were bitter and all they do is talk about everybody else. And I told myself, I never want to be that person to be mad at somebody or work with somebody who was very upset. And I said, you know what? I'm not gonna be bitter at nobody. I'm gonna tell people how I feel and respect everybody, even when I don't win. When I don't win is when you are supposed to be the most happiest. And it's hard. It's easy to say.
When you don't win, you're supposed to be happy?
Yeah, when you don't win, you got to be happy because you don't get the bottom for a long time. You're going to bubble eventually. So my thought is, if I'm around people that are negative, leave them alone. I don't want to talk to them on the phone. I don't want to say how you're doing because I already know what you're going to tell me. And, you know, in this business, we're around liars all the time. So if I want to get lied to, if I want to get depressed, I know who to call. I don't have the option of being depressed. I don't want the option to talk to somebody who's gonna lie to me. So my thing is be happy, humble, healthy, and love God to the fullest. I tell you, man, when I talk about God, I clear a room. Period. My circle about friends, like I'm serious, and I love doing it too. Sometimes it just makes me feel good. You know, God's good.
You sound like me.
You know, God is great today. You know what? God woke you up this morning. You're like, this dude, are you crazy? No, I'm crazy of life. I'm happy. I live in the best city in the world. I'm healthy. I got all my teeth and they straight.
You said you got my teeth?
You know what I'm saying?
Little girl.
She cool. She happy too. She working. Yes, Jesus Christ.
Oh, somebody ran by. She a little puppy. She's still trying to figure everything out. Yeah.
You gotta be happy, brother. And if someone's negative, you ain't gotta preach to them, but you gotta say, man, God bless you. I don't care about God. Yeah, you do. Yes, you do. I'm an atheist. I understand, but if you get hit by a car, oh God, please. That's the best you scream out. You know
my science. Okay, my science.
Yeah, you know, but it's just you gotta be happy and humble because everybody I know is angry about something. And sometimes you just gotta walk away. Because being where you are right now, Ron, you ain't around about your haters. At this point in the game,
you what?
I said, where you are right now in life, you're not around a bunch of haters because it drains you. You don't want to be drained by that. You're a creative person. You're married. You're funny. You got things to do. People who don't do anything, they're the first to talk about negativity. You inspire other comedians to be great because now they're chasing you. Because before you're like, I need to do that. Now you're doing this, and now they're chasing you.
It's funny, man. Like I feel like part of the reason why I got married was I felt like I always dealt with loneliness because I didn't fit in. Like I grew up in church, but I wasn't a church dude. You know what I'm saying? I'm level headed. I can hang with whoever, but my frequency was always different. You know what I'm saying? And like I can't be in negative too long because it affects too much of my life. You know what I'm saying? Like I dated a girl and I was battling depression, bro. And I'm like on stage talking about dark stuff, and it affected my comedy, it affected my acting. I'm like, yo, I can't do that, man. And I mean, since we're already here, part of the reason why I became celibate because I knew I functioned like a husband, and most of the girls I liked loved my light, but they wanted to take from it. You know what I'm saying? Like I always gave off good energy. So in this city like LA, people dress like they're happy and they give off happy, but they ain't happy. And they want to be like, oh my God, you're my husband. I need somebody who's a good guy who go to church and he'll make me better. But they never added to it. And I was like, when I became celibate, it wasn't about like, oh, I'm trying to be all extra spiritual. It was about, you don't deserve my light. You don't deserve my energy. So let me pull back. And I realized like that created an energy where women like, they ain't used to you just walking off. I'm like, I would talk to them, game them up, and then just walk off. And I'm like, they're like, you gay or something? Like, nah, I don't need to talk to you. I already sized you up. You complain about everything. You mad at because somebody wearing your outfit. Like, what are the things that bother you? Do you want what are the things in this world that bother you? Is it just because you can't afford something? Like, what really bothers your heart? And so when I met my wife, she talking about like she just a fixer by nature. She loved loving on people. She wanted to do nonprofit. She like giving money to family members she ain't never met before because she African. Like, and I was like, wait, you do that? I'm like, if my family asks me for money, ask me for $20, I need to know where it's going. Like, I need some receipts, you know what I'm saying? But she was literally working an extra day of the week to send money to family she never met before. And I'm like, yo, that's very honorable of you.
That's big.
And like what we mentioned, you kind of outgrow a lot of things in your life and you get lonely because my spiritual life, I always had to compartmentalize that with my friends. Like, cause I feel like in LA, you got work friends, club friends, and church friends.
Separate.
Work, club, and church. And they can never meet each other.
Never.
Because they couldn't handle. My church friends couldn't meet my club friends. They would be judgmental. And my work friends, just, they my work friends. Outside of work, you don't get no phone call. Or who gonna be there? Any industry gonna be there. You don't get a phone call. And I was like, I see why wealthy men get married. Because my wife fits all those boxes. And I never had to put her in a box when we had conversation. We talked about everything, And the spiritual side was the part that I almost had to like put away when I had to go out in the world. Because it didn't feel right. Like, when I bring it up, people are like, oh, you a church dude. Oh, you gonna make me go to church? I'm like, no. Or let me not curse around you. I'm like, I did not say you couldn't curse. Like, I don't curse. Please feel free to curse. Everybody in my life curse. Why not curse? So it was just an interesting thing. But for me, like, that's why part of the reason why I got married, because I was like, yo, I kind of outgrew. I graduated. I graduated. I'm like, for me, and I wouldn't go back. But it's something that nobody tell you, because the peace that comes along with being married as a single man, I wish somebody would have told me, because I didn't know. Like, you like, I got to give up all this to have this. But I'm like,
you have to experience that, though. I mean, if someone would have told you that, you wouldn't have believed it anyway. You were like,
nah.
Now that you're more experienced, for me, it's like being married is a golden thing. I want to be at home. COVID for me, I'm at home. I'm editing videos, making content. No big deal. And people ask me what I do for a living. I'm very critical now. Before I'm an actor, I'm a DJ. Now I'm like, you look familiar. You have the TV face. You look familiar. One time I told a lady I was a janitor. She's like, for real? I'm like, yeah, I'm a janitor. I don't. She goes, no, you look familiar. Because, people, everyone out here in LA is always judging people. If they don't know your face or they think they know you and you say you do commercials or you do movies, what you been at? You got to be a star for them to give you that shine, right? So
you've been on Netflix.
Right. Or you in Amazon. I don't know, man. Are you a Hulu? I'm not really sure about that. I got Cox. I got DirecTV. You ain't on that, so you ain't really a star. I'm like, so I decided to say, you know what? People ask me what I do. I'm a janitor, Long Beach Power. I ain't never been there. I I try to get away from that. And then when they find out that I am an actor or a DJ or whatever, they think that I fit that day. Then they're, oh, I seen you. I saw, yeah, I seen that. Okay, cool. So I'm just humbled by people, man. And being who you are, dude, you've grown. You've grown into this cool ass man.
Thank you, bro.
Cool ass dude who's humbled by his success. And I applaud you, man, for what you do, because you a bad dude. You a bad dude.
Bro.
And only people that I know who didn't cuss, well, Bill Cosby did, because I got his first album. He did cuss.
Oh, did he? Is that the one with the Noah's Ark? With Noah's Ark?
Bill Cosby.
No, I'm saying like they had an album about Noah. He did a story about Noah's Ark. This long story. Remember that? Noah's Ark. Is that it?
I'm not sure, but he was cussing through the album. I'm like, this is Bill Cosby cussing? Whoa. So I guess they're the baby. Get the baby right there. Yeah, that's a cute dog, man. And
oh man, she's so sweet.
You and Sinbad don't curse. And there's a couple other new guys do it now, but at the time when cursing wasn't cool, Sinbad took it upon himself to be the dude who didn't cuss. And he was funny.
Oh man, that album on HBO, the HBO special.
Yeah, I've seen him be, in person. I used to try to bag on him, and I didn't win, but it was cool.
No, he's an animal. You don't want the problems.
You don't want to work. You don't want to wake a crazy giant like him up. And then I see you on stage, and you take the crowd on a journey. You don't just funny. You get there, hold a mic. This is my Emmy right here. You hold a mic, you say, yo, this is what you do. You get in there, take them over, mid-season, midsection, and you keep going. I'm Ron G, man. Follow me on Instagram, I'm out. And that's the epitome of a professional. When you said earlier that you got to set and you're like, what a script? What's that? No, Ron, we love it. I'm like, whoa, that's professionalism, bro. Yeah. And you're the ultimate professional. Ultimate professional.
So let me add this too, man, because I feel like, hey, baby, go ahead, girl. The cool thing about being a DJ too, man, y'all learn the art of controlling the room. And what bothers me when I go to a club and I see DJs playing what they want to hear, and everybody's sitting down playing cards, I'm like, what are you doing? You have the ear of everybody in the room, and you're not reading it. Like watching what you do now, you're controlling the room. I see how you let me talk, you pull it back, say your point. Say something heartfelt, throw it back to me, pull it back, like
you caught on, damn.
That's what a DJ does. Like, but it's like a soft skill that's like transferable. And even when you audition, it's the same thing. When people don't know that auditions are two things. One is like how you control the room, and two is how you read the lines or how you deliver, what they need from you. But people don't think that first one is the thing. Like how you walk to that room, good energy, good vibes. How you doing? Man, I'm so blessed. I got time to tell you about it if you got time. If you don't have time, we can get to the audition. You know what I'm saying? Like, but you give them a choice and empower them, even though they feel like they're in control, but you have taken the room. You know what I'm saying? If you want to know about the good news, I can tell you if you got time. If you don't, we can get to the audition. You want me to do my slate? Let's go. You know what I'm saying? But I had to learn that too, but I'm watching you do that as well, and it's super cool that you're a student of the game. Like, you're a student of life. And for me, I know you mentioned earlier, like, how do I become a good comedian? Being a great comedian is being a student of life. It's literally going to therapy. It's like taking inventory of everything that's happened to you, good, bad, and ugly. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've been through a lot. I've been through a whole lot, but I don't look like it. Especially bad breakups, bad decision maker, but it was my fault. All my bad relationships, it was my fault because I committed to the crazy. But I was telling my wife this other day, man, I literally got my platform off the worst relationship I ever had. Because now I love talking about relationships. Like that's my jam. But because I stayed with somebody that I probably shouldn't have been with, like I saw the signs and I ignored it. That lesson and the depression and the sadness and the therapy that came along with that gave me my platform for talking about relationships. Because that's my reference point. Because before that, I never been hurt before. But being hurt in your 30s is different from being hurt in your teens.
Oof, being hurt,
like,
period.
It's like spraining, but your 30s is different. It's like playing basketball and you sprain your ankle in high school. You're like, okay, coach, put me back in. I'm good. When you get around them 30s and get your heart broke, you like, coach, I'm just sub me out. Damn. Sub me out to next season. I don't know if I can do this no more. You know what I'm saying? But it literally gave me such a huge platform. Even with my wife, man, on Thursdays, during COVID, we did this thing called Couples Couch, where we would basically have couples come on, do trivia, and we do Q&A, and it was so much fun. And people like, somebody hit me up today, like, man, thank you so much for the transparency for you and the vulnerability of you and your wife, man, because I feel like for our generation, marriage is not popular, and all the negative people are the loudest voices of marriage. But it's like, I feel like marriage is dope if you choose the right person, but that's on you. You can't blame the other person all the time, because as an adult, you have a choice to choose who you want. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Hey, little girl, what you doing? Yo, sit. It's all good, man. It's good. Yeah, but we choose who we want, and I feel like it just gave me such a cool platform to like be that guy now, where I make marriage look cool. Like my wife make me like it's chill. Like marriage look cool, and I want young cats. Where I see like young comments like, yo, I'm trying to be like you, bro. Nigga, what you mean? Like, I'm got to get married. I'm like, yo, man, if she right, bro, feel it. Because you can't marry somebody for where you at. You got to marry somebody for where you going. But it's giving me a whole other platform. And I didn't even know that this was it. And kind of how you mentioned, you said I'm doing all the things right. I feel like the missing piece was my wife.
It's
I feel like that's what I needed.
Behind every great man is a greater woman. You know what I mean? And you make it look easy. We make it look easy. But man, the women in our lives make us better. My wife is in my tail every day, bro. Hey, look, did you do your thing? Did you do this? Yeah, I did it. I did it. And
yeah, I did it.
You know, you can't fight your wife. You're not gonna win. So my wife, she keeps me on point with everything I want to do. And I got goals. I got things I got to do. And I list everything. She makes sure, you know, I do them. Did you do it all the way, 100%? Yeah. Go do it again, honey. You know, I'll talk to you later. Go do your thing. Go do your DJ now. Go practicing on your hosting. Like, and like you said about a DJ, Ron, it's like, it's timing. Timing. And the reason I stay with the interviews, it's all timing to me. It's all numbers. Even when I talk to you about something, I'm in my head, I'm counting. Because, you know, you see records behind me. It's all about music and numbers.
Oh, those are records?
It's all records.
That was awesome, bro.
My turntables is right here.
Your what?
It's kind of messy over there. My turntables.
Oh yeah.
I still get it in daily, 2 hours a day. Practice makes perfect. I read books. I mean, you got to stay up on your game.
Absolutely.
I've been blessed so much, man, through my career. Just being a regular guy and not have to work. I haven't had a job since 2000. I'm not looking for one now. I'm not looking for one right now.
I love to hear that, man.
I've been blessed, bro, and you know, to see you grow and shine. Now, young King, it's your turn. Turn up. I want you to be the biggest star in the world, so I can come buy a ticket. I ain't gonna call you. Let me get in the back for free. I'm gonna buy a ticket. Well,
you know, you get backstage access. You get to come hang out backstage.
I'd rather buy a ticket than you say, hey, bro, let him in. After I pay my money, just like, you know, all the other comedians who came before you. It's your time to shine, brother. We're here to celebrate you and your success. I'm so happy for you. I'm humbled by just to being your friend. I'm cool with you. I'm happy you are married. I'm happy your mom's doing well. Happy you doing well. What else is next for you, man?
In my head, I want to be the best clean comedian of my generation. I'm only saying clean because I feel like that spot is wide open and it hasn't been occupied with nobody but maybe Bill Cosby and Sinbad. You know what I'm saying? But on that level, but also too, man, like I know my acting will take off. I'm gonna be a great director too. I got an offer to direct my first short film too during COVID, which I'm super happy about. And somebody saw my videos and they was like, yo, would you mind directing our project? And I'm like, I ain't never directed before. And they was like, don't worry about it. Like, we'll figure it out. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, okay, guy. I see what you're doing, guy. You know what I'm saying? And now when I watch movies, I'm sitting there watching like the angles. I'm like, yo, that's such a dope shot. Oh, that's a great shot. Oh man, that's cool.
You do it too? I thought it was just me because my wife, she like, why you keep watching the same movie over and over and over again? Why are there always 80s movies? I said, because those are the best movies. And you know, watching Terminator, watching Martin Scorsese's movies, I watch them not because I'm a fan. I watch it because I want to direct, and I see how he shoots them. And then the new movie with Joe Pesci and Al Pacino.
Which one is it?
What's the name of that movie that's on Netflix? Al Pacino, Joe Pesci.
No, is it on Hulu? It's on Hulu, right?
It could be on Hulu, but it was on Netflix. When Al Pacino, Joe Pesci, Robert De Niro, all the gangster dudes in the movies. I can't think of the name of the movie now. damn it, the Irishman.
Oh,
When I
yes,
sit and watch The
okay,
Irishman,
gotcha.
I watch this 3-hour movie.
You lying? Jesus, I just took her out.
3-hour movie. I watch it because of the scenes and how he shot it. And I'm like, I got a Canon HD camera, man. I go out and shoot all kinds of stuff.
Man.
And you got to.
I'm actually using the Sony 7 III Mark III.
That's a good camera.
Mirrorless camera. That's what I'm doing this on right now, man. But sorry. There's this movie called Anon, A-N-O-N. Bro, one of the most beautifully shot movies. The whole movie is like, each frame is like a picture, like a dope, like you can frame it. It's on Netflix, man. Check it out. But yeah, me and my wife be watching movies. I'm like, yo, that's a dope shot. That's a great shot.
Yeah.
You see that scene? You see the stillness in that scene?
That's what
Brad Pitt did? I'm like, yo, that's great acting. You know what I'm saying? That's also directing too. But yeah, man, just being a student of this craft, bro.
That's man, I went and bought me a drone, passed the test. I'm certified. Photography. You know, I edit my own damn video. I do everything. But the thing is, I want to make sure that I do it right. Because, you know, you only got one shot to do it right the first time. That's the only thing. So when do you start your film directing debut?
I think we're supposed to start back pre-production in January. We was going to do December, but it felt a little rushed. And for me, I wanted a few more changes to the script to add some weight to it and add some more struggle to make it all make sense. But yeah, that'll be this year. Yeah, so movies. I'm trying to do a bunch of white folk friendly movies. TV. This platform with me and my wife doing relationship stuff. I feel like it's going to be a thing, and hopefully we can travel and talk to couples about marriage and relationships and stuff like that. I got at least 2-3 books inside of me that I got to get off my chest and write. My ADD is kicking my butt, but I know that's a thing as well. And I want my own production company too. I want to be able to create all the movies that's in my head and not wait on somebody to give me an opportunity.
Right.
And if I can create the content, I can just do the distribution and have them, you know, distribute it while I create it. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's what I want to do.
That's what's up, man. Ron G, comedian extraordinaire. Man, thank you so much for this interview, brother.
Thank you, man.
Have any other things you want to promote in the coming 2021? Always come back on this thing, man. We'll promote you like crazy. You know we will.
I will, bro. And so where you post this on Facebook or YouTube or what?
Facebook, YouTube, Facebook, my website, HustleTV.TV. When this video is done, I'm gonna sit down and edit it. And your name will be on it. So don't trip about that. You ain't gotta give your plugs because it's gonna be all right there. All right.
Okay, cool.
So you cool?
No, I got you now. I just wanted to make sure I knew so I can make sure I shared all the information as well. So people can see this interview.
Gonna get it in, man. I'm the producer, the director, the curator, the dude, the motivator, the hustler, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah. Dope,
So what's
man.
up? I mean, you got any more auditions coming up? I know it's a new year.
Everything slowed down like December 20th.
Yeah.
So I'm sure probably next week everything will pick back up, man. I was slammed. I was getting like 2-3 self tapes every other day, and I was like, Jesus, this is a lot.
But you know what though? Think about this. Years ago, we would go out. We would have to change clothes in our car. Remember that?
Mm-hmm.
I know I used to change clothes in I would have maybe 5 auditions in one day. 5 on Monday, 5 on Tuesday, maybe 4 on Wednesday. And on Fridays, you in traffic all day. So you have to change clothes in the car. I would have to take pictures of myself of what I wore in the audition.
I remember. And doing that Hollywood to Santa Monica run. I don't know if you remember that.
Yeah, I do.
But going from Hollywood to Santa Monica because you have a commercial audition, once you get on that 10, you stuck. Like once you go 10 west, you ain't getting back to Hollywood by 6.
As soon as you hit Ocean Park, it's a wrap.
It's done. It's a fajita.
It's a wrap. Or Westside Casting. Remember Westside Casting? Way over there. Westside Casting. It was all right. Joe Blake. Say Joe Blake, right? But it was called Westside Casting. Right off. So right off the 10 freeway. You exit the 10. You go around. You get off.
Is that the one that's across the street from the park?
No, that's the new one that he was at. But he was in another one. You got to get off on the same street off the 10, but you make a left instead of a right to go to Ocean Park. He was right there by Staples. It was by Staples. It was right behind Staples. And if you audition there at 4:00, you're not getting back to Hollywood or any parts of LA until like 8 or 9. Unless you know some secret hideaway slot to get into, but everybody is on their ways. And one thing about doing it virtually is easier. It may be a headache to get the lights right, and if you got to jump around the house or whatever, but just the audition process at home. And it's funny to see some of the people that you see on TV. They're, hey, what's up, man? I see you commercial. Yeah. And it's funny to see them because they know that you're working too. And another thing is we are blessed, Ron, because a lot of us actors who are out here, they're not out here no more. They didn't make it. So
absolutely.
You and I are very blessed because a lot of our peers won't be back. And it's sad to say that. I had a couple of people move back to Texas, Oklahoma. Man, I can't do it, man. The rent, they kicked me out. I'm sorry to hear that. So just remember this, brother. We are blessed to be doing what we're doing, and our wives and lives have changed our lives. So I just, you know what I mean? Deep breath.
I agree.
Chalk it up.
It's so funny. It's so funny. I feel like even being able to afford to live out here is like a miracle to some people. Like where I'm from, telling people you live in Hollywood, like, oh my, hey, you live in Hollywood, man. Oh, you made it. You rich. I'm like, you have no idea.
You have no idea. You could have a commercial airing 4 times a day on every channel, and be still like, oh man, I need to pay this rent. I mean,
right?
Like, oh, you must be paid. Like, you don't want to tell them, because in their mind, they know you're rich, because you're a walking bank in their mind. You're a bank to them. Hey, Ron G, they're like, this dude got money. Look how his hair looks. Look how his chin looks. They like, he's rich. And then,
bro, being famous broke is a terrible feeling. Famous broke, when everybody know who you are, but you ain't got it. Oh, I've been there plenty of times on TV. I'm on TV running. You like, ooh, I don't even know what I'm gonna eat.
I got $2
You did the gig, but you ain't got the check yet.
How about this? How about
you ain't got the check yet? Go ahead.
How about you go into the audition? No, you go into the job to film the commercial spot, and you already got enough gas to get there. Now you filming the audition and you eat lunch and you're almost done for your spot. Now you gotta get in the car and try to figure out how to get home.
Yep. And the worst kind of audition is auditioning because you need it.
In those auditions, one thing about I love the game. And I wanted to know every part of it. So that's why I started running camera in sessions. I would get behind the camera. I got love. People gave me some love, give me a shot. I went back there and I started working the camera. And I started seeing how people see actors. And I learned that if you listen in 3rd to 5th grade, you're not gonna make it.
What?
If you didn't listen in school when you were in 3rd to 5th grade, you're not gonna make it. Because it's all about listening. It's about listening. Hey guys, this is what we're gonna do. You're gonna walk in, hit your mark, and you're gonna say your line. Everybody got it? And it's always some guy in the back. So you want me to walk in, pivot right, and say my line? And I'm thinking to myself, yes, you're not gonna make it. And I've seen people, they would delete auditions. I'm like, really? He's not gonna make it. I'm like, wow. So Hustle, this is learning experience for you. Listen. I'm like, man, this shit's crazy. You've been in auditions where people freak out, I'm sure.
Of course.
I have.
Of course. Man, I done seen so much stuff. I seen an actor curse out a director one time. He's like, I'm not doing this shot anymore. You got 19 shots. And watching this white actor smash on a female director in front of everybody, I was like, wow, I don't ever want to become that guy.
Yeah.
It was like so bad to watch, but I guess when you start, I call it start smoking that me weed and you think it's about you, like it's going to last forever because everything in the city can be replaced. You know? Like it's crazy to watch.
Through a text. Never again in this. I remember one time I was in an audition and the lady was like, yo, okay, so what we're going to do, say it this way, and then have a demeanor. So the dude was like, you know what? I book shit all the time. I don't have to take this at all. I don't care. So now I'm in a room, everybody white except me. So now I'm backing off. I'm like, wait a minute, hold on. Is he gonna pull a gun or a knife or what's the play? And he's cussing, and then he storms out. He closes the door. I'm like, I don't want to be in this room right now because I don't know where he's going. Because now I'm nervous. because he didn't cuss everybody out. I'm like, damn. So they're like, Hustle, was that anything wrong? I'm like, no, you're fine. Can we get the audition time? Get out of here. I'm like, I don't want to be here. You know, it's scary. I know it's pressure, but come on, you signed up for this job.
Right.
This is a career that you chose. You choose to drive from Long Beach to Hollywood. You choose to drive from Westlake to Hollywood. You don't have to do it. And I want it, so I'm gonna do it. So if you choose not to do so, then don't come.
This career don't care about your feelings either. You have a bad day and you got to audition, you got to bring it. You got to put it somewhere. You got to figure it out. You got to get all that ugliness out of you before you get up to them stairs, because there's 20 people that you know is going for the same part that you are. And if you ain't prepared, if you're not prepared to read lines, because I've seen people go to an audition and not know their script, and I have to pull them to the side. Hey man, look, this is what we're going to do. Don't mess this up for me and you, because I'm going to whoop your ass if you don't get it together. You messing up my money, dude. I got it. No, you understand. I've been there 2.5 hours and you're playing with my money. So figure it out. All right, let's go. I'm like, dude, don't do that. You know, when you go to audition, you see somebody in there messing up, you're like, damn, they're going to get rid of us both. Yep.
And 9 times out of 10, it's not really the true, but you feel it. You feel that. They're going to get rid of us both. Damn. Let's do playing.
So funny. Yep. Been there before too.
Man.
They give you a terrible read. They start walking in front of the camera. So in order for you to, they back up, because as an actor, if they're standing next to you in an audition, you would almost have to look back to speak to them. But I just play it forward. I'm like, nah, we're not doing that. Because they don't know positioning, you know what I'm saying? Like you and I side by side, if they back up, you got to look like this to talk to them, and they lose your face and they looking straight. I'm like, we're not doing that.
I try to dictate everything I do when I go in a room with someone. If I don't know who they are, I make sure I put them to the side and say, look, this is what we're going to do. And they look at me like I'm crazy, because I know what they're thinking inside that room. They're thinking, okay, we're going to get these 2 actors in here to do the job, and we'll get it done. So this is what we're going to do. We're going to go in this room, man, or female, whatever. No, if I got to touch her or something, I say, I'm going to touch you. So let's make sure we're clear on this. Okay, great. And I make sure, because everything now is, to me, it's not serious, but it's supposed to be that you're supposed to go out and try to get it, do your best. Now, if someone's kicking you in the shin, you can't do your best. I mean, some people can do the best too, but 9 times out of 10, they can't. So I try to do my best and make everybody feel comfortable when I'm in the room. And it works out usually.
Good, man. Yeah, I done had a bunch of terrible auditions because somebody didn't know their lines, didn't know how to read, and freestyling every line. I'm like, whoa, bro. Like, what is this? What is this? What are you doing? Are we in the same audition?
I've gotten mad maybe twice in my 25-year career of a commercial actor. I sent a guy out of the room once.
You what?
I sent a guy out of the room when I was in there with him reading over our lines, and he, I said, dude, what are you saying? It's not on the page. Get out. The director was like, I said, what are you doing? I'm like, no. He has to go. Next. I don't care.
You sent him out?
I had to, because I'm not gonna drive way the frick from wherever I come from at that time. I drove 2 hours to get there. So why are you gonna mess up my stuff? Because you don't have your stuff together.
Oh man.
I know my lines and I know your lines. So my hustle was this, Ron. When I get a script, bro, I learn my lines and I learn their lines too as well, on purpose. Just in case they may, hey, why don't you guys switch up? I don't want to switch up and not know. Because that's the worst thing in the world. Like, oh shit, oh damn, what am I gonna do? I don't even study those lines. So I do both lines. Maybe I even do 2 or 3 just to make sure I got it. So if I'm in a room with somebody and we're going forward, we're trying to get this TV show pilot or whatever it may be, or this movie or this commercial that's hella huge in my mind at the time, I learn everything. And if I feel that person's not doing their part, you gotta go. And the director was like, I get it, Hustle. I said, next.
So he let you bring in somebody else?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Oh man, I never seen that before.
I take my craft serious, man. If I'm DJ, I take it serious. If I'm hosting something, I take it very serious. I'm not an asshole. I'm a nice guy, but I want to be known as a respectable person. So I respect my craft so much, and I'm a student of the game. This whole thing I do is I'm a student of the game. I'm a student of acting. I'm a student of DJing. I'm a student of hosting, because it's all revolves around music. So if I take my time to do it right and correctly, you should too. And if you don't, I'm gonna call you on it. The smile, that'll be gone. Now it's like, why don't you know your lines? Because they're not calling you because they like me. They're calling me because they know I can do the job, and they're calling you because you can do the job.
Right.
So we can't be playing. You get an email from your agent. Unfortunately, we'll let you go. That's what they'll do. I've seen it. Man, they dropped me. Indeed, they should have.
Yeah.
So I know you're a professional. I'm a professional. And once again, Ron, I applaud you for being the coolest dude on the planet.
Hustle man. Hustle man.